And my GP said, well, you know, it's definitely not menopause because you're far too young for menopause. So the answer was to put me on antidepressants. Hi, I'm Shona. I'm 48 years old. I live in Portishead and I run my own wellbeing company called Mindset in Motion. I don't think I really had a perception of menopause. It was nothing that really ever crossed my mind. I don't ever remember my mum talking about it. Certainly my friends and I never talked about anything menopause related. And the company I worked for was mainly male dominated, so there was certainly no talk about it there. I'm through the other side of menopause now. I was plunged into early menopause when I was actually 44, when the symptoms I was having, I pushed for some further tests and actually found out I had uterine cancer, so then had to have a total abdominal hysterectomy. And again, that was a big shock to the system because nobody warned me that I would be plunged straight into the full menopause. I started looking on Facebook groups for other women who may be experiencing symptoms like mine, lots of research on the internet, which is not always a good thing. And I thought maybe, you know, it is related to menopause, maybe there is something there. But I just found that everything's so negative. You know, you were almost made to feel that when you become menopausal, that's it, you know, your life is over. And I was determined that that wasn't going to be me. So the first one would be to offer more flexible working. You know, if somebody's been up most of the night with a night sweat, then let them either work from home or come in a little bit later and manage their hours themselves like that. The second one would be to even provide maybe a desk fan if you're in an office, because there's nothing worse than having a hot flush and everybody else is freezing but you're boiling. And the third one would be just to offer someone who was supportive that you could just go and talk to about it. I think menopause affects men as well. They may not physically go through it, but even if you've got a partner or a wife who's going through it, being able to be there and be supportive and understanding, and then you can communicate, is essential. Early on when I started my business, a lot of my clients were male, and the thing that they would often complain about is the fact that their wife or partner had seemed to go off them when it came to intimacy. And very often it was probably associated with menopause and certainly not personal. So again, I think there could be a lot of marriages saved if there was a little bit more awareness out there. The reason I set up my own private Facebook group called The Joyful Menopause was because I wanted to bring some joy into it, show women that you can still enjoy your life and have a great time, and you know, it's not a one shoe fits all either. So, you know, for me, HRT really worked, and within a week my husband said, my goodness, I feel like I've got my wife back. But some women don't want to take HRT or can't, so there are alternatives, and I think it's knowing what they are and just adding a bit of humour to it as well. It shouldn't be that serious.